And we're back, people. Deluded. I'm back again. Happy Monday, folks. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and of course, in some cases, good night. Now, in case you've been living under a rock and didn't know, which I very much doubt, we won 4-0 against Wigan. It's not about Wigan necessarily, but through to the next round of the FA Cup. We obviously got a clean sheet. We saw some great individual performances and a collective shine. And, beyond everything, let's have it right. Our attackers have been hot and cold. So any sort of motivation, any sort of positive feelings they can get, I guess, going into Wolves on Wednesday, which we will be doing a watch along. It will be away from home, as you know, and the North London derby, yada. You see where it's going. Let me know how you lot are doing, people. I hope you lot are doing well in your personal lives and your loved ones as well. Do we feel Eze is now going to kick on? What do you make of Bukayo Saka obviously playing in midfield, people, in which I think it's time for the Bandulu brothers. I think we've got to throw spanners in the works, people, and that's why I was so, you lot know I'm not a fan of Kai Havertz in midfield, but Kai Havertz and Gyökeres isolated to what we're trying to do at this particular moment this season with probably at the time 14, now 12 Premier League games. Run it. Bukayo Saka, obviously you've lost Marino, he can play there. Odegaard's in and out the side and his form is non-existent. Eze's had his own struggles. Saka could be an option there, especially with Eze, Madueke, Saka. Obviously, he still rotates and goes out wide. You still have a wide threat of Madueke to keep a fullback occupied. He obviously, one thing that I don't think Saka's playmaking gets a lot of credit, and at this day and age, people only care about playmaking if you're getting mad assists. Some of his best games have actually happened when he has had no GA. When he drifts into midfield, drifts out to the left, does that thing where, he gets his body in front of the ball and he wins fouls, makes great runs off the ball, makes great inside runs as well. I think there's something at least to have that option in what's left of the season to try and get to where we're going. Great stuff, people. So yeah, man, and it just keeps opponents guessing. Like, we've been a good team, not a great one because we ain't got over the line. Been a good team for the last 4 years. 90% of the time, what we're doing is working, but that 10% that could get us over the line, Bukayo Saka is just an option to be utilized there, man. So yeah, let me know how you lot are feeling in relation to that as well, man. As I said, talk to me, people. What's new with you guys? How are you feeling about Arsenal? Should say they're Arsenal. Free Eze, man. Eze's back now, man. Eze's back. And big up Norgard. Shout out Kepa for his support of the young goalie Setford. And also in the 70th minute, he saved the shot. Mascara obviously done his thing. And we should have probably scored more goals. Yeah, we took our foot off the gas, I feel, for the whole of the second half. But it is what it is. What's PG saying? I know it was just Wigan, and the result may not be the same against a PL side, but the change in player position / team formation could be efficient and effective against other teams. Be brave and take a chance. What can you say? I'm with that. Rob, Karma, appreciate you lot. Happy Monday, and we definitely hope everyone's doing well. One love. Danny, one love. Scagnetti Jack. Saka and Madueke in combination is a problem for any opposition left back and number 6. Exactly, and it's just, I know people are going to, and it's right. Like BG just said there, obviously it's Wigan. I'm not going to say I feel sorry for Wigan, but it's a weird one in that we won the game beyond the obvious, not to give them credit or take it away from us. We're just a better team. Like, we deserved our goals. We was a level above them, but it weren't like they were disillusioned. They never rose to the occasion. They just lost to a better team that's better than them, in it, really. So there was that goal. But I think they were well structured off the ball in their 4-5-1, and all of their keeper did work. You see why he's linked with us. We know it's a League One side, or one of the worst League One sides this season, because they're flirting with relegation, innit, as we all know. But they're quite rigid. They were rigid. And they were rigid. They were compact. Obviously, Premier League tax is going to be a lot more difficult. And that's exactly why I want to see it, because we do have Saka pigeonholed on that flank. He gets the ball. There's too much man around him. You've got to do too much. 9 times out of 10, he's dropping to the corner flag. People don't have to rate Madueke, but he's quick. If you're a fullback playing against Madueke, you don't want to get in a foot race. He's an annoying winger that wants to take you on. He gives you that. We've obviously, in this opening 5 minutes, been waffling about Saka. I've been saying one thing I have liked with Eze for all his struggles is his ability. It's a bit weird because you kind of want Eze in and around the opposition's box, innit? But when he drops deep and plays those connecting passes, I'm actually keen to see Eze and Odegaard play together at some point. I don't think this is the conditions. But you're right. The only thing I would say is, you know how Arteta is. Everything has to make sense. Obviously, there's been some injuries and he's had to, kind of plug gaps wherever. Is he going to make more holes in the side? I don't know. And then, obviously, with our injuries, if you do have Madueke, Saka, Eze on the pitch, do you show your hand to the opposition? I don't know, man. But I would say, I'm not really fussed if they do it against Wolves, as in specifically Saka playing in midfield. Just get the job done. I do want to see something different in the North London derby. I do want to see something different, obviously, in the Chelsea game. And again, we used to see City do it all the time with the Fodens and the Bernardos. Like, I do want to see interchange in movement because there was times Saka was out wide and obviously Madueke was inside. And I think that can be extended to a lot of players. We're a good defensive side. We've obviously got them two monsters at the back. We're obviously great structurally. You've got Rice, so we could gamble. And these players are street smart. So if I'm Saka and I swap positions with Eze, for example, in the game state, I should have the common sense to know, all right, if I need to do someone a favor and drop deep and make a tackle, I'm going to go and do that. So, yeah, bang on the money, man. I'm feeling concerned about the injuries, but happy to see new things being attempted. I'm just happy Benjamin White, and obviously he's not a physio, but he's kind of deaded the rumors around his injuries. He said no injuries. Calafiori's a jarring one, and, it's annoying, man. Injuries happen. Obviously, people are trying, but it feels like a couple of times this season, people are getting injured in the warm-up. Who was it against? Was it against Leeds? Saka got injured in the warm-up, or we just didn't take a chance. Saliba, I'm sure, has had one. And obviously, Calafiori, man. We're going to have to get on with it. Obviously, we've got 12 Premier League games. We've got however much in all comps. On one hand, you are confident because we've earned the right to be here. We're a good team, even though we've been, pardon my language, bitching about a lot of stuff. We've been ticking over. But then at the same time, if you look at it without emotion, you don't really know what you're getting with our attackers. The injuries are kind of creeping up, but we have to get on with it, man. Like, we have to get on with it. The world don't care, bro. Like, we need to do what we need to do, and that's winning trophies. And we're that close. There's a lot of football to be played. There's going to be swings and turns, and we're going to drop points. City are going to drop points. We might leap out in front in the points gap. They might overtake us. But this is now the most decisive time. And as you don't know, if you're on this channel, I'm very critical about performances, about certain things. And it's not that I'm not, if we win and we ain't played well, I'm going to say it. And if we've played well, great. If we've been shit, we've been shit. But to a degree, folks, it's a results thing now, man. Like, it's just a 3 points thing. Like, I wouldn't say we're quite at that stage, but we are at that stage. Like, just get the job done, man. By hook or by crook, man. Make it all work out for Ebbs. Eze, Sunday. Obviously, you got to deal with Wednesday, and I hope he has a great game against Wolves. But full circle moment, man. Let's go, man. I think you're a bit too negative, DJ. Look at this, Rashid, you, man. Jerome, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, man. As the man has said, smash the like button. Yo, DG in the chat, big up yourselves. My little bro just had a showcase game in front of Chelsea, Brighton, Fulham, and Wolves scouts. Wishing him luck. Wishing him luck on behalf of everybody, man. And again, tell him to just don't overthink it, which I'm sure you already did. Football's a funny old game of opinions. You could be the best thing since sliced bread. If a scout ain't rating you, that's the problems. If you're shit, but the scouts are rating you, that's how you're going to make it. So hopefully he's got some attention, man. And hopefully there were scouts that were relevant to that game, and they're obviously looking at him and things like that. We need to see what we are in the PL. Haven't had a consistent run. Nah, Saka in the number 10 position doesn't work against tougher teams. Too limited passing ability. I disagree with that. I disagree with that heavily. If anything, it's going to work more because the one thing we do know, we're playing this deeper mid block. Saka's got 2 man on him. Obviously, at times we're kind of they kind of nullify our midfield, so everybody's going in searching. Long gone are the days of Ozil. Is Saka able to play a tight game and play those neat 1-2s? Yes. Can he draw fouls? Yes. Can he drift? Can he play? Can he link up play? Yes. Can he make runs off the ball? Yes. I think that's a lazy view. I'm not sitting here and saying Saka's Mesut Ozil, and you do kind of kill 1v1 opportunities with him. But again, I think that's a lie. And also, football's not played stationary. Like, you can move around and things of that ilk. So I disagree. And even if that's the case, yeah, it's very different. But I was advocating for Kai to play in Odegaard's role. Havertz ain't got the passing ability of Odegaard. So indirectly, whether it's If Arteta isn't necessarily convinced or they're still struggling, Eze, Odegaard, Havertz is gone, Marino's gone, Saka could be a little trick, man. Deluded, do you realize you're the only person that really rattles rants? Please, more of that. Big up rants, man. Like, I don't think there's many real ones in the content game, and say what you want about his Arsenal opinions. We go head to head a lot, but yeah, shout out rants, man. Shout out rants. I do think some people crumble when they're doing content with him, but that's my guy, isn't it? So it's just a good old chat, man. All I'm saying is get us to 10 games left with a lead and then win by any means. If he runs, he'll be fouled and we get a free kick. Saka can work as a number 10. I see he is the one who can dribble through and make intricate passes. And also, we've done it before. Very different dynamics. And again, shameless plug, people. But I went more in depth in a video to come out. Don't fail me now. Don't fail me now. 7:15, folks. 7:15. I kind of spoke about Eze. I spoke about Saka. I made a bunch of talking points. So even if you're not going to be there, smash the like button on that. But he's done it before. Like, he's done it at youth level. He's done it for Arsenal before. He's done it in the Europa League. Granted, it was them little man teams in the beginning. He's defo played centre mid against City. And I'm sure twice against Sheffield United as well as Brighton. And this is what I mean with Arteta. Like, he can do these things. He can play attacking football. But for whatever reason, on a consistent basis, we don't see certain things. It's one where you wish you could either be a fly on the wall at Arsenal's training ground, or you could crack open a nice bottle of wine and ask Mikel Arteta these things, man. But for me, I'm just on. If we never change anything and it works, great. But bro, we got a good chance. Let's just try something and see where it gets, man. DG Berta seems serious for PR Esposito. I can never say his name from Inter. You watched him over the weekend, and obviously we watched him against us. Side note, but Italian football has had some scandalous decisions this week, man. Inter versus Juventus, some scandalous decisions. There was definitely a game where someone was sent off for no reason. I think that. What's that striker that played in Belgium? And he said Arsenal's a small club and his life has, from a footballing point, just gone left. But there was that. Side note, Daniel Marlon, obviously. But shout out to Daniel Marlon and Tyrese John-Jules for scoring over the weekend. Napoli versus Rome was quite a good game. But getting back to Esposito, he's a rotationary option, innit? I like him because he's got the physical abilities to thrive in the Prem and work as a target man. He works his nut off and he's very good in the air. And obviously, for me, I think strikers, goalies, and centre halves, they're weird because they tend to peak late. Maybe we could take a chance. I don't buy too much credit in it because I think we could do with another striker, if I'm honest with you. But I reckon we're more likely to get a centre mid, a left winger, maybe even another defender. Not to mention, there's not too much money in the Italian game. How much are they going to ask for him? And we all know, yes, you have seen what Chiesa's played in this country. Tonali's obviously at Newcastle. But typically, the Italian players that aren't at the big Italian clubs, they never want to leave that league anyway so they can go play for them clubs. And then when you're at the Juventuses, the Inters, they seem to not get away. So I'd be all for it. Him and Gyökeres in the mix, I'd be all for it. But Charles, it seems a bit media-y. And obviously, fuel to the fire, really. Ironically, Berta is Italian, innit? So yeah, man. Deluded, let's be positive. But do you think this handbrake on the system is the reason we can't go over the line? Is it a coincidence that none of the attackers haven't gone on to world-class levels? No, I think we've kind of built our attacking foundations on the sand. Like, I like all our attacking players, but you see, if you want to be a team that consistently wins titles, form can fluctuate. You kind of need sure bets. I kind of told you a lot in the summer, as much as I like Gyökeres, these struggles would have happened. Some of it is his own fault. Some of it is not accepting him for what he is. Some of it is his own fault. Some of it he had to gain his teammates' trust, all of these kind of things. I think I said in the summer, I think he was very naive. Whatever attacker you wanted or thought we was getting, and we were just going to click off. I think there's stuff within the system. I don't know, because I think it is easy. I think a lot of it is relevant. I think Arteta is stuck on, when I lose the ball, I want to win it back. And every manager is obviously stubborn in that regards. But I do think that's an easy cop-out. And maybe these players are lying because it's just media work. But when you look between the lines, yeah, all of these players in our team, they all sit here and say, Arteta tells us to play with freedom. He says this, he says that. Based on what they say, Arteta is allegedly saying things that we're talking about now and just talking about in general. So it's like, is it a kind of Arteta's taking you to the water and I can't help you drink? For me, it's for what we want to do. I think a lot of it is the system, because there can't be a coincidence that our attackers aren't really firing, specifically in the Premier League. Martinelli, best example, scoring goals for fun. Premier League's a bit shoddy, but then it's by design. I love Trossard, but everyone would agree Trossard's form and what he's done It's probably the shock of the season in an attacking realm. As much as I criticize Martinelli for his goal scoring in the Prem, in all comps he's done all right, but that's a super sub thing. It's like you're surprised if them two score goals throughout the seasons they've been in. You're surprised if they bag. You're surprised if they don't bag. Obviously, this is the one season Saka's on course for probably an underwhelming output, but he's the one you would have bet on. So yeah, I just don't think that the quality is quite there, man. Saka is being asked to do what Wanyeri can do: play sharp, link up play. Wanyeri, get your experience, man. You, Max Dowman, Saka. There could be interchanging movement and overloads all over the pitch, but specifically on that right-hand side. Brother, I don't care how much it costs. Go get me Carrot Skeeler. I'd love that, but you know what, Bertie, you're better off finding the next one. And you know what? Yeah, I'm not trying to make this one, but you lot know I wanted Ryan, who in January ended up at Bournemouth. No disrespect to Madueke, because I'm not trying to make it about him, but Ryan's fitted like a glove. Obviously, in the Premier League, significantly cheaper, 50 million on Noni. Obviously, the case study and the jury's still out on Ryan. But yeah, even with Noni, you know, in the last 2 games, you've been doing your thing. 3, actually, because what? You got credited with the Luton thing. You got credited with the Luton goal. You scored against, even though you frustrated me, you did score against Brentford, and you scored a good goal yesterday. I like Noni. I tried to defend him. I still maintain we shouldn't have. He's not someone that we should have went for, but we went for a minute. I don't think he was as bad as people made out, but I can't say I'm shocked of the output, because you could see this. I think we need to kind of, unless you're like a Ryan in South America or those exceptions, when players are fairly established in the Premier League, I think we need more sure bets, man, if I'm honest with you, man. So is it true to say we need our attackers to hit better numbers to get over the line? 100%, 1,000,000%. But at the same time, my boy, defensively, and don't get it twisted, when I'm talking about the attackers, I'm talking about the whole team, innit? Like the whole team, because there's no point talking about Raya's ball playing ability, because that's our first attacker, arguably. That's why 6s are not known. Like a lot of managers don't really care if a 6 can win a ball and do all of that. It's you're one of the first attackers. When my centre halves, when my goalie, my ball playing goalie gets into midfield, you're like the hub in it. You bring the other people in. So when I'm talking about the attack, it's not just my attackers. The same way defensively, I think in the last previous years we've been a good defensive side. I know we're there for clean sheets and whatnot, but I'm never going to lie to you lot, innit? I might be wrong, but it's what I feel. I feel we've been a great defensive side in previous years. Just looking at this 4-year period, I think this year we've been a good defensive side. I think we've conceded too many cheap goals. I think game management, when the timing of when we've scored, like Man United, away from the obvious, like there's this weird stuff. There's that weird period where we're scoring. They do say you're most vulnerable when you've just scored. We're scoring, we're conceding again. Obviously, these things can happen, but I think the Arsenal side of last season, you lot don't concede in the last minute against Aston Villa away from home, regardless of the context and what happened. I also believe the Sunderland game at their place, the Stadium of Light, you hold on with 15 minutes to go. So with everything we know of this club this season and what we've been speaking about and the platform we have, this is why I'm so keen to just get over the line. And this is why I hope all the individuals can just, whether you're Eze and, you know, the Wigan game, it's a start now to really kick on. Whether it's Gyökeres, you look more confident. You know, whether it's a Trossard or a Nelly, whether you're in a great run of form or whatever, just make it happen, man. Just make it happen. Eze should have gone to Spurs. Less of that came, man. He's good where he is, man. No one goes over there. Deluded is so proper at everything he does. Big up, my bro. I wish, man, but one love. DG, as Sir Alex used to say, it's squeaky bum time. Expect 0 favours from others. It's us and us only till the Etihad game. It should have been us anyways until the start of the season, man. In life, anytime you're reliant on others, then your progress is kind of capped, in it. All we can do is handle our business. And that's, albeit temporarily, extending that lead against Wolves and dealing with Wolves, and forget the Premier League and all of that stuff. I don't want to hear nothing about Wolves are bottom. We know they're bottom. We know we should be walking the park. We know whoever goes out there, do the business. But all we need to do is look at the game at the Emirates. Probably one of our most frustrating games this season. Get the job done. You know what you need to do in the North London derby. You know what you need to do against Chelsea. Brighton, you know what? If someone says Brighton away, naturally you're like, last season it was frustrating. A couple of years it's been frustrating, or Brighton games in particular. But if their form maintains and there's still question marks over that, Gaffer, you've got to go and ask questions there, man. Odegaard slows our play down too much. Time to put him in the departure lounge. Speed kills in football. I hear you with the departure lounge, but for me, just take him out the side right now. And this is where Arteta has to fight with himself. Like, you've got your trusted guys in the team. Some are injured. Are you going to change the system? Are you going to keep it the same and whatnot? Are you going to drop Odegaard? Because prior to his next injury, his latest one, that off the bench thing, second half, Odegaard, that's your thing. That's like, We ain't got time to carry people. If you're not doing your job as a starter, we'll find a role for you in and around the squad until the season's done. What I would say with, it's not the same, but with the other guards, the Kai Havertz is kind of thinking this year, next year, and the year beyond. There's there's questions for the club and specifically Arteta, because from a sporting point of view, whether you rate him or I think he's the best thing since sliced bread, Odegaard's a key member of Arteta's system and his team, right? He's on big money. Kai the same. If you're better, you might hear that, but if you're looking at it analytically, you're probably thinking, bro, I need to get Trossard. Maybe we've got an option to sell Trossard if his form's still doing what it's doing at the end of the season. Not saying that's necessarily the same thing. For argument's sake, Martinelli, maybe there's offers there. Obviously, I think, well, I don't think, because hey, whatever you say about Gabriel Jesus, he's contracted for another year at least, but get him done. They might be thinking, oh, you know what? We've got young other players emerging. Arteta, for argument's sake, might be using Saka in a variety of roles. Odegaard, Kai, 200 odd grand plus a week each. Arsenal be warriors, not warriors. It's in your hands. All you got, left foot in front of the right, left foot in front of the right. Just calm down. Just breathe. When we win, don't get excited. When we lose, don't get excited. There'll be plenty of positives. If in an ideal world, we do what we need to do come the end of the year, there'll be a time where we have to be honest and have a lot of negatives, and we can audit the performance. But right now, we're in a fight, man. We're in a fight, and I'm a hypocrite. I've done you lot dirty. For me, I'm not really interested in any points tally, and this one can do us a favor. For me, at least until the late March, early April. Obviously, not just today, but in general, I've been speaking about that. But for the players, one thing I'll give them, I don't think they succumb to the noise of the outside, if I'm completely honest with you. And I don't just believe that now. I believe that, ironically, when we played Brentford all them years ago, when Balogun was there and we got demolished. DG, fact is, I trust our defense, but the attack has yet to give us fans that ammunition to make us all more confident. Yeah, no, the attack, if you were to break down our team, into 3 units, the attack are the underperformers. The defense, we love you lot. We love you lot all, but great. Midfield, it's rice, mustard, Zubi, mustard, but you might even be forgiven for expecting a bit more from those two, if I'm honest with you. Up front, Sacks, you're not really doing it. Trossard, no smoke for you, if I'm honest with you. Gyökeres, you're finding your form. Sacks, I believe in you. I'll never snake you, but you're not doing the business. Eze, some of it is probably down to Arteta. The controllables, we've not been exposed to, and I know it's difficult when you ain't had a run and all that stuff, but isolate to what you can control. We've not had too many games where we've been waxing lyrical about you, because you've had a lot of moments. Bayern Munich, Manchester City, Newcastle's a lie, because you was good for 90 minutes, if I'm honest. Yesterday, you was good for the game as well. There's another one I'm missing out. You're going to have to forgive me, Eze, but I need you all to. And I mean, if the attack decides now to want to carry this team, quote unquote, now would be a great time, because this defense or our defensive aspects have carried this team, not just this season or the first part of this season, but for a number of years now, really. And I must admit, obviously seasons change, but a lot of the problem, a lot of the good, the bad, a lot of the good, part that off, but a lot of the areas of improvement, areas of concern, frustrations with the manager, with the system, with certain individuals. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but none of you discovered this season. Anything about creating strikers and getting wingers in more goal-scoring positions, you never discovered this in the 2025-26 season. We've been saying this for years. Attack is a form of defense. Facts. Our attackers need to get better. Yes, we can't always rely on defenders. They're doing the God's work now, graveyard shifts. Bro, they're working, man. You'd have started in top form. Big up yourself. Shout out Norgard as well. Norgard had a really good game. I like the line-breaking passes through the centre. Zubi's good, but I feel he has to make more central passes. Also happy for Eze. We keep it moving, to be fair. Zubi should have had a lovely assist with his left peg, man. That second half, we should have scored 1-2 more goals. Saka playing in the 10 or right centre mid suits his current game more now. He's strong on the ball, and one of his best traits is his decision-making. I don't think Arteta is a defensive coach. I think he's coached with the handbrake up to make up for the lack of quality we had. Now we have quality, and he's starting to loosen the reins. It's weird, because if I had to give Arteta credit for what you said there, Jerome, around the Newcastle away game, it felt like we had balance. He was complicating where he needed to complicate, keeping things simple. The players were doing what needed to be done. And I do think the players, they are street smart, but I think I think the players have to lead themselves a bit more, man. I think we do downplay that, man. Maybe I'm just old school, but it seems to me the way you move the ball quicker is to stop these men taking 5, 6, 7 touches in the attacking third. I hear it. I want you at 90,000 this year, DG. Let's go. I'm gonna try for you lot. I don't know how we're gonna do it, but I'm here for it, man. Saka does not lose the ball as much as Odegaard. He also has an eye for goal, so play higher up the pitch to affect the play. Odegaard has recently resorted to hiding at the base of midfield. Bit harsh because Odegaard's always dropped there, but that is true. You know, the best players, attacking players, they're in central positions. They're closer to goal, in which obviously Saka will have that. And I make you right as well, like not losing the ball. Saka's a lot stronger. I mean, I'm never going to look at Odegaard to win a lot of 50-50s, but even me, who accepts players for what they are, it does jar me a bit how easily he loses it, man. I remember Saka in centre mid against City away 2021. We still lost 1-0, but Saka played well there. I thought, but since then, we've never seen it again in the league. Fair play. Have you liked the video, people? We're moving towards 75k. Rob, appreciate you. Saka has been an inside forward, just like Nelly is a striker. They're just doing a job out wide. Fair enough. For me, just use them all because, again, I always use Pep as a reference because he's the best to have done it in this league, arguably. Foden's played all about the plays. Bernardo's played all about the plays. De Bruyne has played all about the plays. I'm not saying Saka has to be playing in this role for the rest of his life, but just for me, purely just to throw the opposition something, man. Is it just me or has Saka played 10 or 8 early in his career on the Emirates? It wouldn't be the first time he's played in midfield, and he's competent enough to do it. The thing is, if you put Saka in midfield, is there any way you get Eze into the team in the Prem unless you put him left wing? Well, currently, Eze would be in the team for me. Like, it'd be, well, yeah, fucking hell, that's a good question. Bloody hell, yeah. Yeah. Because I want Rice and Zubi. Because there were certain things I saw yesterday that I would want them to. You put Saka there, you've killed him. But do you play Eze in that 10 and you do have Saka starting on paper out wide and let them and them link up and Eze go hold the whip for a sec? Because Noni would, people forget Noni was in that the role we're waffling about with Saka. Noni was in that role quite a few. Do we just give them the license to say you lot are switched on, handle it yourselves? Because one thing I did like, you're right, is when Saka did pull out to drift all the way to the left, there were some good phases. It was yesterday, yeah. Some good phases yesterday with Eze. But you're right. That probably means someone's got to miss out. It's one where you wish you had 12 players still, Rob. Other Rob. Technically didn't start as a left back, but his integration into the first team. During the Brentford game, I realised how much we need Saliba and build up and progressing the ball forward. Gabby and Mascara can't do the same. It's the consistency for me. We beat Sunderland 3-0 and then drew 1-1 against Brentford. The attack is not fluid and we continue to play too defensively. Mascara for 13 million, especially in this day and age. It feels like robbery. And so Valencia, big up yourselves, but nobody said, ooh, Premier League team, like, bro, they should have at least got 50-odd million quid off us. I'm not complaining. Mascara is looking like a steal. Dude is near perfect at defending, and he done very well as a left-sided centre-back. With Eze, isn't an ability thing. It's about standards. He's not at Palace no more. DJ, I need the tabs. Feel like I've missed some news. We're going to get into all of that. This group needs trophies. They're too good to just be another Arsenal team. They deserve to be remembered. Kay, appreciate you, man. And hopefully it's a fruitful week for everyone, including the Arsenal and everyone in the chat. Deluded. Saw some Arsenal fans trying to say Rice is better than Patrick Vieira. Some of these fans are cooked. They need to calm down. But right, do you know what? Sometimes, yeah, with some fans, I understand it. Because for some younger fans, reality is, yeah, they ain't seen Arsenal win stuff. They ain't seen all them Arsenal legends in the last 4 years, arguably, or maybe even the last 3 years. These are some of the best individuals they've seen, so I get it. But that's mainly for the younger fans. I do think there's some older fans that were old enough to see us win stuff and all those kind of things in years gone by. They're so battered and bruised that they're moving mad. And I remember arguing with some of you, like when Odegaard was in his pomp, you were saying, "Oh, he's better than Ozil." Like, no. We're gonna need some individual brilliance to take it across the line. 100%, man. 100%. Boy. In recent weeks, we've seen that Saliba is important. When he doesn't play, we have more chaotic moments at the back. Gabriel, I think you mean Mascara, is good, but they can't calm the game like Saliba. Yeah, but there was times we was crying that we missed Gabriel. There's times where Saliba's look shaky without Gabriel. You're right, though. You lot are in top form, man. I missed you lot. Norgard, Eze, Saka 10 worked against Wigan. Can we have the same freedom versus the Prem team? Still to be seen. It's true, but let's be real, lad. Is anyone trying to run that against Wolves? Honest to God. I'm not trying to have that. It's time to start throwing curveballs. It's time to start throwing curveball front line up to blow the opposition in the first half. Also need a couple of these, man, to start lacing the ball from outside the box and kill games, man, because I do think our players, man, at times get collectively, I think we don't blame them enough. Like, if that makes sense. Like, when Arteta was critical about them dropping deep into their own box against Wolves, when, you know, sometimes I think they stick and stick and stick, and then when they go for it, they kind of shoot themselves in the foot. That weird habit we have again, especially like against United, which the United first half an hour was different because normally we start like that, get the lead, and then we drop off. But we've seen that too many times. We start well, think that everything's going well, and I know the boys know it's a 90-minute game, but they kind of take the foot off the gas. And I guess sometimes the players have to smell blood. That's why I'm not crying about it, but that's why in the second half yesterday, I was thinking, you know what? I want 7 here. I want you lot to, not that you are, but not necessarily be satisfied with that. Go out and just be savages, man. I'll run that versus Wolves. How else are we supposed to open up the ops? I'm not going to lie, man. Rice, Zubi, I hear you, but for me, Rice, Zubi, you're out there against Wolves. I can't lie to you lot, man. I cannot cap, man. But yeah, man, keep your thoughts coming. Let's cover some bits and pieces as well. Also, Arsenal reached the FA Cup 5th round for the first time since the 2019-20 campaign when they went on to win the competition. Don't tempt fate. Don't tempt fate. And apparently, the 2025-26 campaign is the first season where 2 English clubs, Arsenal and City, will still be competing for a quadruple in March. Let's stay calm, man. On the topic of quadruple, apparently Mikel Arteta's got fears. Now, obviously, that headline's probably not exactly what the gaffer has said. What has he said? Yes, and especially because we're going through, before it was the strikers, then it was the defenders, now it's the midfielders. I mean, injuries happen, and us of all people know that it was to come to expect. Is it the players not looking after themselves or maybe rushing themselves back? Is it just the general demands of the Premier League or football? Because there's too many games for these footballers, if I'm completely honest with you. What is it really? I don't know. Is it the gaffer overplaying? Is it a bit of everything? I don't know. All I know is we're still in all comps. We're in a war. Get over the line, regardless of who's out there, which we've been dealing with injuries literally from the start of the season. You'll have been ticking over in it. Don't stop now. We are still coping with that, but we need some players back and fit and to give us as well, not only numbers, but different options in relation to the opponents that we have. So the quicker, the better. Fair play. Martin will have to wait and see. He picked up that knock on the action when we conceded against Brentford, and he wasn't fit for today. On Miles Lewis-Skelly and Saka, I wanted to try it. We might use it in the future. We still have so many games, competitions, and different scenarios to play in this season, and that's possibility that we have. And also, Arteta, in-game, you know, Kai in midfield with Gyökeres, Saka in that role, and all the other Bandulu things we could do in-game. Fair enough. In-game, sometimes I think we need that if we're not going to start that, innit? So, yeah. We got robbed of Lewis-Skelly in midfield. He had a great game, but we got robbed on, unfortunately, because of Calafiori's injury. I wanted to try. Oh, sorry, seen that already, people. What else have we got? On Saka, he's more central. He's closer to goal. It's a bit more difficult for the opponent to get his reference constantly. He can interchange position with the wide player as well. He's so good at picking those spaces when he's there. He can really hurt you with the ball. And that's what we need. I think on Eze, he said, I think the risks he took in the final third, the amount of shots that he tried to take as well, I think that's really positive. That's what I want from him. Those players need those moments. And especially when we talk about the creative players, they need to feel they're producing those moments. I'm very happy with that. I'm very happy with Martinelli as well. The run that he made, the timing of that and the finish in the action is really, really positive. So good for the mood, for the confidence. Martinelli, I don't know what it is, but you in the champs, you in the FA Cup, you in the League Cup this year. I don't know what's going on in the Premier League, man. DG, does MLS get more minutes at Wolves than the Spuds? I can't see it happening. Stranger things have happened, but nah, man, that was our chance. DG, as long as 8 is not on the pitch, we'll be fine. We're going to need everybody, bro. We're going to need everyone. And I know it's not that you're right or wrong, bro. If Odegaard shells it down against Chelsea or against Spurs, everyone's going to be breaded. Let's be honest. There's very few players in this team, in midfield and in the final third, that have showed us the required levels of consistent fitness. So I've accepted it. A couple of you are purple patch players. A lot of you are hot and cold. Some of you I don't feel unnecessarily, if we want to be at the top of the tree, should be here in these roles. But these are the tools in the toolbox. Let's get things done, man. Don't forget to smash the like. Saka has lost a yard of pace, but his creative mind is still sharp. He played well in the 10. Fair play. And I mean, I saw this tweet, slight exaggeration, but this is how I was feeling. He was moving like Neymar in that role, man. Big up Bakayo, man. That's a possibility. Mikel hints at new role. Has he said anything that we haven't seen here? Big up Gabriel Jesus, Kepa, Mosquera, and Norgard as well, if I haven't made that clear. Because he said, I mean, we're going to go over his press conference anyways, man. Is the number 10 role the next step for Saka? Is there anything of note here? Again, everybody knows he's done it against Brighton before. He scored 7 goals and got 7 assists in 33 games this season. I mean, we're not learning anything here apart from what we know. Arteta said it's something we could do. And this is it, man. This is why I think he could do it, man. Because 9 times out of 10, you're seeing Saka get hit. He comes inside, he does that weird thing where he gets his body in front of the ball. He's a strong lad, he's going to win fouls. And it's the interchange in movement. Again, as the arrow showed, Madueke's got the common sense to, oh, yo, I need to be out wide. I'm going inside and we can alter. You've got Norgard as a passing lane. You've got Martinelli. You're going to get a run on the inside. Obviously, Lewis Skelly wants to go inside. To which, if that's the case, and he doesn't hold the width and he goes inside, Nelly can go out there. Eze could probably make a run. Jesus could do something, Buki. It makes it harder for oppositions to clock us. And at some point, and again, we could be doing that for 60 minutes against a Premier League outfit, a stubborn Premier League outfit. It just takes one player to switch off, you know, and then the game plan's out the window. So it's interesting. The team did show real desire, Gaffer. It was great. Straight away, you could see that things were clicking. Players were really alive, really sharp. And yeah, we caused a lot of damage to them. Very happy we are in the next round. That's what we want to achieve. And I think the manner that we done it as well, making a lot of changes. But the team showed a real desire, first of all, which is the most important thing when you play these kind of teams in the competition. Then cohesion, which normally is not there from the beginning because of the amount of changes that you've made. But the team, I think, played with a lot of intensity, great intentions to play forward, to constantly threaten the opposition. And we scored some incredible goals in the first half that made the difference. And then he spoke about Marley. Big up Marley Salmon as well. I forgot him. Well, they deserve to be there. They're part of us. They're with us every single day. They need to taste it how it is. You want to have everyone involved and they need to feel that they have a chance to play. It's a big number, 22 clean sheets. Obviously, we're still in February. So that's the platform to win games. You see we are 4-0 up. The ball is over and 10 players sprinting back. That's the desire that you have to play with. The excitement is just for tonight. Tomorrow we start with Wolves and we know how tough that is going to be in the Premier League. So let's keep going. Don't think anyone's going to disagree. Ben White said next round, no injuries. You've got to remember, he might not think he's injured and physios might think something different, but I'm happy that he said that because who knows his body better than him. Big up Norgard for getting the man of the match thing. And what has he said? He's excited by the FA Cup run. I feel like I connected really well with Gabriel Jesus when we played together also against Kairat, a similar ball, but we're just slightly offside. So when you have such good players up front, it's all about just timing it right. And then today, fortunately, it was not offside. I was so shocked Gabriel Jesus weren't offside. I felt really comfortable today on the pitch in the first half. I felt like I had a lot of time, and with our pace we have up front, it was just about trying to pick the right passes, and playing with Ebbs as well in the middle of the park was also very enjoyable. So I enjoyed the minutes out there and hopefully more to come. It was a good game for us. I think especially the first half, we more or less did everything right. It was only up until the 4-0 where we lost a bit of focus in the last 5-10 minutes, where we also conceded a big chance that Kepa saved for us. But then I thought we regained that focus and energy in the second half. Even though we didn't score, we managed to not give anything away, which is very important for us. So all in all, professional game and a good game for us. It meant a lot to go. It meant a lot, in brackets, to go on a run in the FA Cup. So now we'll see where the next draw is and we'll prepare as much as possible for that. I mean, intelligent words. What else has he said? I mean, from this, we know about that. On Saka playing centrally, that's something that's a possibility. I wanted to try it. We might use it in the future. There's so many games, competitions, and different scenarios to play in this season. And that's a possibility that we have. I think we've said that already. On Calafiori, him and Ben are the only doubts. We have to wait and see in the next 48 hours how things develop. Obviously, big up Setford. We've gone over that with Saka. On squad cohesion, no, I wasn't surprised with Saka, with Bakayo and Peculiar. There, in particular, there were a lot of them, and most of them haven't played that much together, so that's not easy. But some of them goals were exactly what we wanted. On Miles Lewis Skelly, no, that was another learning moment, and I always tell them be ready because in the role that you have, you can change any minute. And Bakayo had to be ready, and he was made aware of that very, very, very late. But you need to understand the position. You need to understand the global intentions of the team. And if you do that, then you can perform. And I think he might have had a really good game. What does global intentions mean? Saka Central is a problem. 2-footed player who can draw fouls, indirect free kick range. Havertz, Eze or Saka in the 10. I'm happy for any of them in the 10. Nice to see Timber finally getting a rest. Lord knows he needs it. Marcel, bless Monday, right back at you, man. Hope everyone in the chat and their loved ones is doing well. Raya, Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, Calafiori / Nkapie, Rice, Zubi, Saka, Noni, Trossard, Gyökeres. I assume that's with Wolves in mind. I must admit, and what do I know? I think we can remove the slash and put in Nkapie. And it's jarring, man, whatever happened to Calafiori, because clearly we've tried to be a bit cute and clever since he's come back. The Wigan one was, yeah, go get us 45, maybe an hour, proper minutes under your belt. It's jarring, man. I'm glad Arteta changed it for the FA Cup. We need more of this in the Prem too. Mix it and be unpredictable for the ops. Saka, since signing a new contract, has went downhill. Is he too comfortable? God's child, but God ain't paying him. Arsenal is. Nah, I just think he's in a difficult moment. I don't think he's complacent. You just need to start scoring goals. And if there's ever a footballer I'm going to back shamelessly, it's going to be Bukayo. He's done too much. I'm the wrong person to ask. Saka could do no wrong. But yeah, we need more. We need more from all of the attackers, as we've said. I think we spoke about this with Eze. Obviously, he's going to have a big role. We spoke about the confidence. With Martin, we have to wait and see. Obviously, pick that knockout. Oh, yeah, we went through that. And obviously, we've gone through that. So indirectly, we've covered a lot of what the gaffer has said, didn't it, people? Again, you lot laugh at the tabs. This is so we don't miss a beat, people. See, I'm always trying to make sure we're having a great show. Smash the like button and subscribe if you have not done such already. And don't forget, people, 7:15. There's some more DG. So, yeah, let's crack on. Gabriel Martinelli is the first player to score 10-plus goals in Cup/European competitions in a single season for Arsenal since Ian Wright did so in 1994-95. What an enigma Nelly is. As somebody said in the chat, the draw is going to be made at 6:35. So what, 35 minutes or 39 minutes, basically. You've got Liverpool, Fulham, Sunderland, Southampton, Wrexham. Arsenal's obviously there. Chelsea, the Hammers, Mansfield, Norwich, Port Vale, or Bristol City. Why do I'm not making this up. We've played Port Vale already this season, innit? Wolves, Newcastle, City, Macclesfield or Brentford, and Leeds. Who do we want? Now, in my opinion, I think only Manchester City has a chance of getting Bristol/Port Vale, Mansfield, and all them kind of games there. I think we are going to draw Liverpool, personally. Oh, let me just say, I think we're going to draw a Premier League side. So that could be Liverpool, it could be Fulham, it could be Chelsea, it could be Newcastle, it could be Wolves, technically. I wouldn't mind them. It could be Manchester City. And you know what? Because Liverpool had this where you had to buck City bare times. If we want to be at this realm, and I do think football's fixed to a degree, you know, potentially depending on how the Champions League runs, you're going to have to meet City twice. You could meet them once, assuming we both went to the Champions League final. So if we're on the same side of the draw, we could play them twice. We're playing them twice, minimum obligations anyways, in the cup final and obviously in the Prem. And then you throw this in. I think football's fixed, man. And I think this is the money earner, innit? It'd be, you know what? One team I don't want is Wrexham. We could move to them, but like my biggest, it's like as much as I like Cesc Fabregas at Como, and it's nothing to do with him. I hate romantic stories where there's no romance. Like there's no romance around Wrexham. They're loaded with cash. It's not like Mansfield or whatever. Like they're not loaded. They're loaded with it. Como as well. People forget Como's one of the richest teams potentially in world football. But I don't like. I'm a football romantic, a true romantic. But that's why I don't like fake love, innit? So, yeah, big up Mascara as well. He just keeps bossing it in it, if I'm completely honest with you. Even when he makes mistakes. Mikel's told Eze to do something. Oh, no. So, at this point, every article is just regurgitating the same thing. I like that word. If we get into certain transfer news, it's a bit predictable. Saka's played in midfield. Eze's, you know, for a number of weeks, there's stuff to scream and shout about with Eze and whatnot. Now, Odegaard's being linked with a move away. I'm still waiting for Jesus left wing. Same, but I'm not dropping Trossard for that. Riley, one love. Arsenal need a feeder club like City have Girona. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. We need to do the Strasbourg thing, the multi-club structure. Has Saka lost a yard or is he just worried about overextending himself? I don't think he's lost pace, but when has he been in conditions or scenarios where he's actually had to use his pace? Thank you for the tabs run through, DG. In fact, pick up the tabs, the chair, the notepad, and the scarf. This guy, man. This guy. Watching Norgard's passing range genuinely confused Arteta. Just give me some dead team and fast track us to the final. I'd want that, but you know we're not getting that. City are the only team that's going to get some nobodies, respectfully to everyone there. Yeah, the draw the fix is definitely in this draw. I was impressed with Norgard too. I've been saying start Norgard. He's a top player. I hear it, but I do think Norgard should have played a lot more prominently. But I'm not starting you ahead of Zubi or Rice, if I'm honest. Saka does appear to be fully fit at the moment. Does? Deluded. Julian Alvarez and Rafinha, would it take us to the next level? Yeah, but we're not. Rafinha ain't leaving Barca. I actually think Alvarez is going over there to Barcelona. Statistically, though, as much as I'm an Alvarez fan and I'd pull the trigger, when you look at his numbers this season, are we hypocrites? What's this Odegaard to United, bro? Stranger things happen. You can't rule out anything, but really? Anyways, Arsenal reportedly in talks with Odegaard ahead of a potential departure during the 2026 summer transfer window. But a week ago, they said they're in talks around a new deal. Who knows? He's on big money. He's the captain. I don't know. Bayern Munich and Inter have both been credited with an interest in the 27-year-old. Mikel Arteta's side have now held talks with the midfielders as they prepare for a potential captaincy departure this summer. Arsenal in talk, according to IndyCar. Get out of here, man. But for what it's worth, Rice could be the next captain if that is to happen, really. And I have seen on social media he's been linked with United, really. It's not even the pro. Odegaard's a good player, and you never know, it might work out, United. But he's not even, they've got Bruno. It's not even the profile of midfielder Man United need. This was something I included in the video earlier, so that's a myth. Odegaard, we're hoping he's back for Wolves or Tottenham Hotspur in some capacity, but we know he's injured at this moment in time. Speaking of injuries, there's a nightmare start to life at Ajax for Zinchenko, man. Couple of minutes into his debut, he was seen clutching his left knee, and there's rumours today that he's going to be out for anything from 4 to 5 months, so don't expect to see him. Tonali breaks silence on Arsenal transfer links with perfect message. I mean, when is a player, when the market's not open, going to be honest? Where's he said? After the second goal, I came to Eddie because in the past few weeks, people spoke about our relationship. But I work every day with the gaffer. The gaffer works every day with me, and our relationship is perfect. Okay. Once again, his agent did say we'll see around April, March as to what he's going to do. So we weren't learning anything there. Once again, sources are linking Odegaard with a potential move. The credibility of the sources, I don't know. And I think you lot know that as well. Arsenal and Tottenham fight for signing. London battle for big opportunity. So both teams are being linked with the free agent, the 31-year-old current Bayern Munich man, but soon to depart, Goretzka. I mean, he could be a bit Aaron Ramsey for us. And I mean, it could be a decent 31 short-term option, proven pedigree. We're trying to do this win now mode. Obviously, the Wanieris, the Miles Lewis-Kellys, they can develop without us necessarily relying on them. We haven't learned anything new there, have we, people? Arsenal want 100 million euro speedster to replace Martinelli. Who's this? According to Fußball Daten, Arsenal already identified a potential replacement for Martinelli, and it's RB Leipzig Jan Diomande. I like the 19-year-old, but he's going to cost an arm and a leg. He's being linked with Man United, Liverpool, Spurs. Apparently, PSG are aggressive on his case, and he's also simultaneously actually being linked with Bayern. We did cover this over the weekend, but we have been linked with Antonio Nusa as well. Just seems like you're regurgitating the same old name. So yeah, you could tell I was really trying to find the Odegaard stuff. What's Jesus said? He said Wolves is going to be tough. We know the situation they're in, but it's an amazing team, an amazing club. We are aware they need points to get out of their situation. So our focus is to go to Wolves, get the 3 points, and that's it. 90% of my career has been at the top with strong squads, the national team, City, and here. It's such a good thing because it keeps you on your toes and to do your best. It's an amazing thing to be involved in, to be around the boys and training with them and playing when I get the chance. There's still a long way to go. Obviously, we know we are alive in all competitions and we keep believing that we have to go game by game. At the end of the season, we'll see where we are. Very mature words from a mature, experienced individual. Anyone sick of the sight of Nico Williams? I have, but apparently Arsenal have been told via intermediaries that Nico Williams is ready to consider a summer exit from Bilbao. We still need a winger, easy one to link us with. Didn't he sign like a mad deal? Well, yeah, a 10-year deal. Obviously, he probably weren't going to fulfill 10 years over there, but I don't know, man. Those close to Williams insist he flirted with the idea of leaving Bilbao before committing to the long-term deal. And while he's not publicly agitating for a move, his camp have made it clear they'll listen to the right project this summer. Crucially, people inside Williams' camp or Williams' circle believe Athletic's poor campaign this season is set to play a major part in his thinking. They sit ninth, so obviously they've been underperforming. Barcelona have been linked previously as well as Arsenal. I very much doubt Barca are going to go back in for him after you hung him out to dry. But yeah, apparently Chelsea, Liverpool, Manchester United, PSG and Bayern, that's nothing crazy, innit? If he is available, a lot of teams will listen. That doesn't mean everybody's going to press the trigger and go for him, but it's nice to be linked with a different name. Endrick is apparently closer to leaving Real Madrid than he is to staying, apparently, according to this. If Real Madrid have really changed their mind, in which credibility, we have to fact check it, I say we move for him. Because, you know, environment's great and he's doing very good over there at Lyon. Again, we don't need to go over the Odegaard stuff. We're still being linked with Victor Valpandas of Real Madrid. Obviously, the latest is that that link is being linked with Calafiori's injury. It might do long term, but right now it doesn't mean anything because we can't, unless there's some crazy free agent that's fully fit and ready to help us. It's a myth to be talking about this, really. Okay, so this is just a Nico Williams thing. Big up Sterling for going final, by the way. Would any of you, if Morgan Gibbs White is available in the summer, would any of you lot have him? I wanted to know your lot's thoughts. It might cost upwards of 70 million. Out of the Adam Whartons, the Anthony Gordons, I know he's not a centre midfielder, but the Adam Whartons, the Anthony Gordons, the Elliot Andersons, the Gibbs Whites, and I know he plays all about the place, Morgan Rogers. I can't lie, if it's not Morgan Rogers, I don't really want to hear it. I think Gibbs White would cook for us, but I want Rogers. I know we're not getting him from Villa in it, but the dream is free, the hustle is sold separately. If you're worrying about Arsenal's pre-season preparations, and there's also a World Cup in which that's going to be a fun time with you lot. You know, we're going to be doing watch-alongs galore and there'll be transfer news and everything, man. So join the revolution. We're family here. Big up you lot. It's understood Arsenal will play pre-season in Europe this summer and are set to play 2 games following the conclusion of their 2026 World Cup. I wonder how, do you know what? Pre-season preparation for all these managers, it's going to be a mad thing because who is even going to be available for selection and all of that, people. So, yeah, it'd be interesting, but happy birthday to Nielsen, I guess, but I don't think we've learned anything new. So that's the tabs for today. Gibbs White will end up at Spurs, probably. Have you seen Gibbs White? What do you mean? Well, yeah, we watched the Premier League. 70 million can go a long way towards getting Morgan Rogers type too much money. Fair enough. Yeah, none of you are on Gibbs White. Why is everyone over bigging up Norgard? He's not Arsenal levels and is a lot worse than Jorginho ever was, yet he got shit because he was Chelsea. If I'm honest with you, I think every fan can see, like, as a footballer, Jorginho is way better than Norgard. Like, Jorginho was a kind of peripheral squad player, but the one thing he has that we haven't seen with Norgard, there was that occasion, like, you might not see, I'm exaggerating, but you might not have seen Norgard for 10 games. The 11th game, we're playing some big game in Europe or we're playing a big top 6 game. Jorginho might be there. We've never had that. I am shocked. I didn't expect Norgard to ever be a star. I am shocked that he hasn't had more of a prominent role. I don't think over bigging up. I do think people are forcing it a bit, but Norgard deserves more minutes, man, especially games where it looks a bit more physical, game management. I thought he would, I guess I thought he'd have a lot more sub appearances than now, man. Now we won't be live for the draw. You have to know when to sell, but in the end, I think Odegaard will stay, particularly if we win a big trophy. I hear you. Also, these men want to go, but these men have to want to go. Like, I know it's irrelevant, and if football career is short, you might want a new environment, all of that kind of stuff. I know it's different, but granted, Granit came a long way in his Arsenal career, and when it was on a high, he cut in it. But Odegaard's on decent money. He's our captain. By God's grace, as what all us Arsenal fans want, we finally get over the line after the project we've been on, all that kind of jazz. He's got a young family. He's earning decent money. Obviously, if for argument's sake, if Man United are on you, Bayern Munich are on you, you're going to listen. But I just think it's was. And it's all fun and games in general saying sell Trossard, sell Kai, sell Odegaard, sell this one, sell that one, sell Jesus. And don't get twisted, some of these men we need to, but no one put a gun to the club's head to bring these guys in, and you're relying on them wanting to leave. But you are right, you have to know when to sell. Maitland-Niles comes to mind where we could have got 20-30 million. Oh, don't be like that, Skegnetti Jack, man. As soon as Saka linked up with his influencer girlfriend, no more Bible talk and started picking up injuries, just saying. But to be fair, he still talks about the Bible. He's engaged now. So it's his fiance. He's been with her for a number of years, even when his stock was hot, and we never said that. And again, have a life, bro. Have a life. Go and do your thing. Go and do your things. Saka, you got peas. You ain't breeded yet, allegedly. But yeah, man, Saka, just do your thing. I know when form is on the floor, we start over-analyzing and whatnot, but have a life outside of football, man. We don't know these guys, For argument's sake, who would you say is the best performing attacker right now at Arsenal? Gyökeres and Trossard. They might be training and whatnot. How do we know they're not going on benders? They're not bare gal in their yard and they're sleeping at 5. We don't know anything. No, he didn't scoop the prize. There was 100% an argument for him winning. I thought he should have. What are you referring to there? As of now, DG, what would you rate Arteta's squad use rotation? What more can I ask? A 7? I'll mark it down 3 periods because there's times where I think you could have rotated. Ben White comes to mind when he got that last injury, not this one recently. I want to say the City game and whatnot. Rotation, great. It's more in-game management and pivoting that I'm vexed around, man. I'll give it a 6 or a 7. Jorginho, he finished 3rd on the Ballon d'Or list. Norgard's been taking his chances, man. Did they do it? No, it's at 637. 637. Gibbs White is very good. Want Bruno from Newcastle, really, though. Bruno will cook, man. Because even when we was linked with Tonali, don't get twisted, I'd have Tonali, but Bruno is the one we should have got when he was... Eddie, you done madness, you know. I kind of used to defend you to a degree. Eddie, you should have got my man when he was at Lyon. There's so many things. There's so many guys... Oh, forget. I don't want to get angry about the past, innit? If I'm honest. Gyökeres has been apparently scoring more goals since having a new girlfriend. More goals. Tonali's a risk. How is he a risk, though? Obviously, big money. But how is he a risk? I don't know for his injury record. I have to speak to a Newcastle fan. Maybe if you're talking that and he's picked up bare injuries, great. If you're talking about the gambling, and boy, it is where it is, isn't it? Imagine signing Tonali and then he gets banned. But surely there's a line under the sand. For what it's worth, I think Tonali goes back to Italy. Maybe not even next season, but it just screams, I've been at AC Milan. I might go back to AC or go Inter or do this one and that one. As a rival, I'd give Arteta a 9 for the squad rotation. He's giving everyone his trust. I don't think Newcastle would let Bruno leave. Tosin is easier to get compared to Bruno, or you meant Tonali. Eventually, they'll leave. You never want to be the last man out the rave when the lights are on. Like Newcastle, massive club, good owners, probably being crippled a bit by FFP, but also they fumbled the bag, have had a difficult season. If I was a Newcastle fan, maybe I'm romantic, and it's not that Eddie Howe shouldn't hold smoke, but he's delivered you your trophy, got you fighting, one bad season, and such is life with football. Get him out, do all of that kind of stuff. But it's the evolution of life. Like, obviously, Saliba ain't won nothing at Arsenal, but Saliba could win everything under the sun. Real Madrid calling for you, fair play. Fair enough, it was for free. Trent achieved a childhood dream, innit? Came through at Liverpool, won everything. Real Madrid calling, great. Like, these things happen. And no matter how comfy you are at Newcastle, with the bigger European teams and the projects and whatnot, you've got one career. And unfortunately, football, there's no such thing as loyalty, man. Fans are only loyal to their football club. They're not loyal to players, myself included. There's no such thing as loyalty. Everyone loves you when you're hot. When you're 30, like, again, I always give the easiest example. I could be, let's just say I come through at mid-table Premier League club, like, so not Arsenal, Liverpool, United, these ones. I come through at 17, 18. I get capped by the country. Real Madrid are trying to buy me. Alex Ferguson's trying to get me at Man United. I've rejected all these advances. I've become the club captain. I could have won trophies. I might have won one trophy at this club, for example. I might not have won any. I've stayed from being a teenager to my mid and late 20s. I've given my all to this club. When I get to 30, 31 years of age, I want a 2-year contract. These lot don't think I'm worth a 2-year. They want to give me a 1 year. It's see ya, mate. And as much as we love legends, nobody cares once you retire, you know. No one cares. So do what you need to do, man. Loyalty's rare, man. A man said, you know about being the last man in the rave. No. You're going mad. I'd rather spend the money on Camavinga or Galera instead of Tonali. Don't give Arteta ideas with Camavinga. You see him at left back, man. As my boy Neil has said, smash the likes and shout out to Rob, man. What positions would you be looking for in the summer then? For me, striker, left winger, 2 center. You said it there. In the ideal world, another striker. Whether that's someone to fight with Gyökeres or an upgrade on Gyökeres, and Gyökeres is in the mix, great. But that's like the icing on top of the cake. So part the striker off. I think we need 2 centre midfielders. I think we need a left back. I think we need another versatile defender. And my hot take is, I think one, if not both, Norgard and Kepa will leave, just because obviously they're at Arsenal, they're doing their thing. I just think they both could get football somewhere. And they're at that age where, do I value stability? Career's winding down. I could be a starter somewhere. Let me go and do my thing. So, yeah, man, it's interesting. Galera from Spain was at one time getting linked to us. He's a good youngster. Probs won't happen. We should sell Gyökeres. Hey, lie that, man. Big up Gyökeres. Lie that. No slander on my guy. If we win nothing this season, I'd bring Emre back. You go on. You do that, yeah? But Emre can't help us, man. Come on, man. Emre, you're doing your thing at Villa, bro. It'd have to be a next man. Emre can't help us. There's nothing Emre can do for us. Emre's not winning us Prem. Rise up evidence. Emre's not winning us champs. Rise up evidence. And Arteta ain't done this. So I'm not even gassing up Arteta. He's not, bro. No. You never know. He might have learned. I'll always admire Emre. No, don't be that guy, man. Don't be that guy. Because some of the things Arsenal fans are praising about Emre, they're killing Arteta for less. You're the first guy, yeah, that's mentioned Emre. I always know when Emre is not doing too good at Villa because no one's doing should we have kept him? Nah, man. Find the next one. Is that how you feel, yeah? Everyone's entitled to their opinion. Big up the chair, man. Big up the chair. That one was for Rob. If we get anyone from Newcastle, it'd be Waltmarder. He's Kai 3.0 in a perfect world. But you definitely care about Trent. You definitely care about Trent. You're touched. Like, man. You definitely care about Trent. Hit the like button. What would you do with left wing? You getting rid of both Trossard and Martinelli. This year, you probably have to depart. You'd probably have to get rid of one. Admittedly, in the summer, and you lot can check the receipts for those who care. I wanted Martinelli and Trossard to stay, bring in that level raiser, and we're laughing. Hall's great, bro. Newcastle got ballers, bro. Livramento, especially if he stays fit. Lewis Hall, Kamares, Walt Marder. Who else? I like Lewis Miley a lot. I miss Tonali, obviously. I don't rate Elanga, I must admit. There's a couple, and there's a couple names I've missed out, man. I wouldn't have Dan Burn, but I like Dan Burn. So, yeah, man. Now, we can do better than Emre now. After 6 years of Arteta, we need big winners. I can't lie. The dream would be Enrique, innit? But it's a dream. Bring back Gnabry. It's over, man. It's over. It's 2026. Big up Gnabry. It's over, man. We're just going to have to eat that one. He's achieved things in his career. He's done his thing. It's a myth, man. And speaking of that, I don't want to stay past my welcome people. So, yeah, as usual, you lot have been in top form on Monday. You know, tomorrow we'll go over whatever Mikel Arteta says in his press conference. I'm trying to get Jordan on the platform at 11 a.m. So, yeah, provided everything's ticked off before I go gym, we'll go and do that. Wednesday, obviously, watch along. Thursday, if Jess is free, we'll be there with Jess. And, you know, there's always bits and pieces of content, people. So, yeah, man. Hope Monday's been great in terms of this stream. And also you lot in your personal lives. Keep pushing, man. And, yeah, smash the like button on your way out. Big up, everyone. One love. BG, 100% we have to have a discussion about Calafiori, by the way, because it is looking like a Tommy ticket.